Hey, this is 2582 coming back at you with another video, and today I'll be reviewing a IndyCar diecast, but this is probably not one you're actually expecting, because this is actually made by Greenlight, and it's actually part of the IndyCar series, but it's actually not a real car. Now you might be wondering what the heck that is. It is this. This is from the Greenlight Collectables Hollywood series, I guess, from the Eyes Out IndyCar series, because this is from the DreamWorks movie Turbo, and this is none other than Guy Gagne's Adrenalode IndyCar. So yeah, this is going to be the most interesting IndyCar I'll probably own, because this is from a movie, and of course this car appears in the movie along with the series and the Indy 500, spoiler alert. If you've not watched it, which if you haven't, what are you doing? Go watch it right now. It's one of the best movies I've ever watched, ever, or one of the greatest movies ever. A lot of people are, whatever. Yeah, cool packaging, as we see Turbo, the snail on the front. Of course, the Turbo logo and such. Let's take a look at the back of the box here. We got more art detail, as we have the entire gang on the back. Of course, the Turbo logo there, and a photo of, or a little illustration of the car, because this is actually how it looked like in the movie. And a bunch of other legal stuff with DreamWorks and IndyCar, Dallara, and Firestone. Which, of course, this was a IndyCar themed animation movie, so think Cars, but with IndyCars, and unfortunately it wasn't well received, but whatever. Let me cut the camera and actually cut this car out of its box, because unfortunately with these green lights you have to destroy the packaging, so give me a second to actually access this car. And we got this pretty interesting looking car out of its box here, and of course, being an IndyCar fan, I'm obviously going to like this, and even more so because I love the movie Turbo. I know there's a lot of people who really hate it. I don't get the hate. It's so funny, it's so good, it's just, and it's racing, and IndyCar, you know, I believe this is the last IndyCar, I guess, involved movie besides Driven, which I've actually not watched. You know, a lot of people hate that movie too, so fortunately IndyCar is kind of having a bad rap with movies. Hopefully they do end up having one that's actually good, like an F1 style movie, which, you know, hopefully that'll happen sooner or later, because IndyCar does deserve that recognition, which is what they were trying to do with this, making an animation movie, but it did not pan out the way they hoped. But I love it. I love the movie. So let's take a look at the closer details. Of course, this is supposed to represent a character in the movie called Guy Gagne, who is a driver in the series, or a fictional driver in the series, who is voiced by Bill Hader, I believe. And of course, he is the antagonist of the movie. At first it didn't seem like it, and then after, when Turbo went to the Indy 500, and of course, spoiler alert, he did see the real Guy Gagne himself, and how much he really despised him to actually race, and of course he is gonna win. Obviously he didn't, so, and of course there's that famous scene of like him pushing the car to the finish line and people mistaking it as F1. It's not F1, okay? It's not. It's IndyCar, the Indy 500. It is not a Ferrari. Please shut up, okay? Anyways, let's take a look at the details on this diecast here, because like I said, this is honestly one that I was not expecting to find, but I did for a pretty nice price. So yeah. So of course the front we have a Dallara logo. We have Adrenalode, which is a fictional brand in the movie, which is supposed to be an energy drink, I believe. That's not available in all 50 states. Which is very fun. It's like one of the funniest things, one of the funniest jokes there. And this movie had a lot of appearances with a bunch of drivers, so I believe, not in the voices per se, but like their cars would appear, like the Verizon number 12 Will Power car appears, the number 3 AAA of Helio Castroneves cars appears, we have a Sunoco car, I believe it's supposed to represent Townsend Bell, which he did promote this movie, and a bunch of other drivers as well. Paul Page is one of the announcers of the Indy 500 scene, so that's very cool. So we do have some Indy 500 personalities in the movie, but probably not as much as we thought. So yeah, on the side we have Adrenalode, which is actually quite small. Let me grab the little cardboard thing here that I have on the side, because it looks completely different than how it looks on the diecast. So we're seeing there, it looks huge. And this is actually the same body style, because this was made in 2013, so I believe it was the second year of the DW12 chassis, the recently debuted DW12 chassis. So it does have the correct body lines and such, but this little thing, it's probably not super accurate to it, because it's not. As I drop the little cardboard, it's not on the actual thing, and of course the wheels look completely different. I don't know where they got this style of wheel, but they never drove there. They only use these OZ wheels, I believe they're called. I think they're from OZ. So yeah, but it's fun because in the movie, this little corner actually has a little DW sticker. So Dan Weldon technically is in the movie. So well, that's very funny. But anyways, let's take a look at the diecast. Of course, you have the little RPM, the little man, I don't even know what they're called. Whatever. You have the IZOD IndyCar series logo, because I believe this is the last year of the naming of that series. In the movie, it was just a regular IndyCar logo, but that's fine. Now, a little other inaccuracy. This like little fender here. This is actually my first time owning one of these generations of IndyCars. The fender right here and the spoiler would actually connect, as seen once again. I'll just bring this one last time. In the little box here, it is supposed to be connected, but it is not. But that's fine, and it's actually supposed to be black, not red, but whatever. I can't hate on it too much, because I love this movie so much. Yeah, of course, the number 01 is the Guy Gagne's number that he races, and of course we have Adrenalode on top of the rear spoiler, as this thing really does not like to focus at all. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the entire car, just a red and black car. Yeah, of course it's supposed to look aggressive. It makes it look like if he's actually the bad guy, which of course he is. And it's not that he was bad or anything. It was just, cocky, I guess, because he's won the Indy 500 on how many times. Whatever. And of course the base here has a trademark of DreamWorks Animation Studios, I believe, and it's actually a nicely painted metal black base. Usually they're like matte, I guess, for the old ones, or the new ones I should say, or the newer Greenlight Indy cars. This one's very nice and shiny, and this is number 341, if that means anything. And of course repping the Firestone Firehawk tires. Yeah, this is awesome. I love to have movie cars, and this one, honestly, it's like a movie people don't really talk about, and if they do, it's just because they're hitting on it. But I love it. DreamWorks always makes a lot of good movies. Come on, Shrek, Megamind, Turbo, that's like my trifecta right there of great DreamWorks movies, and there's obviously a bunch that I can't even start to mention, but yeah, this is awesome. As an IndyCar fan, this is great. If you want to make like an actual stop motion series, I guess, with these, you could use this one and just use it as your own, maybe. Or if you want to use the actual Guy Gagné character, you could, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, this is definitely going to be one of the most interesting ones I'll own in terms of diecast. And there is actually other ones that they released for the Turbo movie. They released the Turbo number 5. It's not the shell. It's not the snail. The actual IndyCar is just the livery of the shell is on the car. So it's blue and red and white and number 5, and it has turbo on the side. They've also released like a 2-pack, I believe, that came with a number 3 AAA car, as well as a tow truck. That one was, I believe, a promo, actually. And I believe that was all that Greenlight did for this. I can't think if there was any other ones. But yeah, I'm very happy to have this one. Very cool to have, like I said, a fantasy IndyCar in my collection. So yeah, that has been the review of the Greenlight Adrenalode Turbo movie IndyCar that represents Guy Gagné. So if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Peace.